Let me very specially welcome all of us and to thank the chairman of this organization for the opportunity. I most appreciate you. And all of us that are seated here, that you are here not to just celebrate in merrymaking, not a marriage, not to come and chop, but to rub minds on issues that will better our country, Nigeria. It takes very special persons to accept, to put in their time on such things. And that's why we must very, very seriously remind the organizers. They are businessmen, but what it is that they are also thinking of how to improve the lives of all of us as citizens of this country. They have brought us together here to discuss the Nigerian project and how it will impact on us at home. Or for those of us that you have asked to serve you at that level, for us to also learn your feelings, your inputs, and how to ensure that by the time we conclude with the budget, it will be a people-oriented budget. So it's my pleasure, and indeed an opportunity for me to be in your midst. This gathering is one that is educative, that is enlightening, that will add value to all of us. Greater value to me because of the assignment you have bestowed upon me. So I will just briefly say that as we are gathered today, that we expect that by the time we leave here, we will have received a presentation on debt and economic aspect focus of the budget. That we will also be discussing issues of funding of security and security sector and how the budget will improve that sector. Of course, we know that without security, it will be impossible for us to make progress because we can't even go to work, can't even gather here. And one of us will talk about food security and budget. If we are not fed, they say the implication is that we will be angry. And of course, we are an angry man in education. So we will also be looking at agriculture, how to enhance support for farmers, funding and be used to boost productivity and ensure food security in this 2025 budget. Human capital development is also a very major aspect of society. It's not enough for us to improve the real and modern development, but we must also develop ourselves. So we thought on how best to utilize this budget for human capital development. The thing that we keep creating every day, we chalk out graduates, there are no jobs. Now that we are preparing the budget, how do we provide job for our TV youths? This also justice will be made to this topic today. Let me finally say that we recall the words of John F. Kennedy when he said that we should not always ask what our country will do for us, but we should also ask what we will do for our country. I think that Atlantic Television and the entire group today is giving back to our country, and all of us seated here are here to contribute to our country development. So I commend you, congratulate you, I wish you well. Thank you for this.
At this point in time, I would like to welcome Lee Carpet of Atlantic Television Network to introduce the keynote speaker.
It's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Chinyere Igwe, ESQ, FSN, FNIMN, MNIN, FINC, ARPA, NIPEA, JP. Dr. Chinyere Igwe is an accomplished scholar and professional expert in human rights, strategy, and policy, broadcasting, and law. With a strong academic foundation and years of experience, Igwe has established a reputation for making meaningful contributions to academia, business, media, law, and public service. Chinyere holds a PhD in Policy and Administration from Walden University in Minneapolis, Minnesota, United States of America, and an MBA in Strategic Management from River State University, a BL and LLB in Law from Nigerian Law School and the University of Calabar, respectively, and a BSc in Management from the University of Port Harcourt. His academic journey has been characterized by excellence, scholarly pursuits, and notable achievements. Chinyere has served in various capacities, including chairman of Morrison Group, substantial interest in communication, law, oil and gas, real estate, manufacturing, and hospitality. He is a legal practitioner, policy and strategy expert, author, broadcaster, and researcher. His public service engagements include serving 2 terms in Nigeria's House of Representatives, serving as a member of the Governing Council of Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency, serving 2 terms as Commissioner in Legal Service, serving as Chairman of Port Harcourt Local City Government, and as leader of the Legislative Assembly of His research focuses on policy, human rights, leadership, management strategy, entrepreneurship and innovation, SMEs, Niger Delta ecosystem development, and sustainability. He has delivered several academic and business-related addresses and authored and co-authored several books and peer-reviewed articles published in local and foreign journals, including Media and Information Management in Crisis Situation, the Nigerian Situation, Nigerian Economic Situation and Public Policy and Assessments. On the development of a city in Niger Delta region of Nigeria, transformational leadership style and organizational justice of multinational companies in River State, Nigeria, fundamentals of law and public policy, assessment of the government agencies outside Nigeria, the influence of infrastructure development in growth of small-scale enterprises in urban areas of Nigeria. His work has been widely cited in academic and professional circles, influencing policy and advancing knowledge in his areas of interest. Dr. Igwe has demonstrated leadership through active participation in public service, business management, professional organizations, development initiatives, and academic societies. He is a member of the Nigerian Bar Association, International Bar Association, International Academy of Television, Arts and Science, Society of Broadcasters of Nigeria, Institute of Strategic Management, Institute of Certified Management Consultants, Nigeria Institute of Management, National Institute of Management, the Academy of Management, and the International Public Policy Association. He is proficient in data analytical skills and is known for applying problem-solving frameworks and interdisciplinary knowledge. He combines concepts and integrates them from theoretical knowledge into practical solutions. Chinyere has received several fellowships, honors, awards, and commendations throughout his career. He aims to shape sustainable and equitable systems in his ecosystem and is dedicated to fostering innovation, research, and inclusive growth. He is married with 2 children. Please put your hands together as you welcome
Mr. Chairman,
my dear panelists, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Mr. Chairman, permit me to usurp the duty of the Master of Ceremony by inviting to the panel table one of our panelists, Professor Silva Ubola Stars. Mr. Chairman, my dear brothers, let me, on behalf of all management and staff of Morrison, thank all of us profusely for this wonderful afternoon. Today is a dream come true. A dream come true in the sense that we are changing the narratives in this industry. Our objective from the world was to make Port Harcourt the broadcasting hub. And by the sheer grace of God, by their own support and our determination, we are achieving that. Because this is the first time in this country that a media organization organizing a town hall meeting, not the normal thing we do on the street. Private people in different walks of life come and discuss an issue. Today, you permit us, allow us to talk so that we hear us. To our own government, the minority leader on the House of Representatives, the highest political elected officer from Rivers State, and with us. He will take our discussion, our talk to Abuja and see how it can affect the budget with the comparative advantage of Rivers State and Nigeria in general. Notice that, Mr. Chairman, my keynote speech will form the foundation of discussion for my dear brothers. So, my dear brothers, please let us give this speech the right attention so that we can decide things, know our contribution. We are not going to discuss anybody here, we are not going to abuse anybody, but rather a family discussion. That's why it's known as a town hall meeting. People view us from home, unlike for today, not people to be part of what we are doing there. So I to say that this is a dedicated assembly. It's not for all of the people have been invited based on their personality and based on the institution they represent. So we are not expecting to see the whole Harcourt separately, but it is relating to that. Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, Account Television Network is a prominent media platform in New Zealand that has created a niche for providing high quality, engaging, and factual news and diverse content for news viewers. Established to define storytelling, events, and broadcasting. It is serves as a background voice in Nigerian broadcasting landscape. Committed to excellence, the network provides a list of news, entertainment, education, and lifestyle programming tailored to the audience. We are starting to ourselves by combining cutting-edge technology with daily storytelling, ensuring that our broadcasts are clean and informed. They don't form insist on in-depth, accurate news coverage, and focus on issues, reflecting the pulse of the dynamic society that celebrates culture and creativity. Through original programs, movies, and documentaries highlighting our rich cultural heritage. It is the next one that I stand before you today. This 8th-year Atlantic Dialogue meeting. This is one of the network's major programs, streamed like worldwide aside from our CEOs, that provide a cross-segment society the opportunity to collaborate and synergize to ensure sustainable development. So let's take 10 Dialogue meeting to discuss the topic of profound importance to our nation future. Nigeria's needs projects. The Ahmad project is not like the government of projections. It is blueprint to our project aspiration and a tool to our lesson economic realities. President Bola Tinubu presented Nigerian budget of restoration, securing peace, reviewing prosperity, which proposes an expenditure program of 49.7 trillion. This ambitious budget addresses Nigeria's economic challenges by focusing on security, infrastructure, human capital development, and economic stability. The main areas include expenditure of 9.7 trillion, projected revenue 34.82 trillion, budget deficit 2.88 trillion, representing 3.89% of our GDP. Debt servicing, 3.81 trillion. Key obligations, defense and security, 4.91 trillion to enhance national security and protect our borders. Infrastructure, 4.06 trillion for energy, transport, and public work to boost economic output. Investment in people like the Lagos Badagry highways to drive economic growth. Education, 3.52 trillion, including 826.9 trillion for infrastructure development and education system, and support for universal basic education commission and 9 new higher educational institutions. Health, 2.18 trillion, 402 billion for infrastructure investment, and 282.65 billion for basic healthcare and to strengthen primary healthcare system. Economic projections, inflation rate, inflation from 4.6% to 15% in 2025. Exchange rate from 1,700 to 1,500 per dollar. Crude oil production increased to 2.06 million barrels per day. Oil benchmark $73 per barrel. Sectoral focus. The 2025 budget has thematic area of focus. Based on the budget focus, ATM has assembled experts in this field to discuss the proposal and shed light on whether the government will realize the objectives of the budget. One, debt economic focus. Our Indian professor, Sila Ubala, President, guiding 60 billion school to dwell on that. Security, military, paramilitary, and police forces to secure the nation and protect borders. Standing support on the security experts is the part of that. Agriculture, enhance support for farmers with funding and people to boost productivity and ensure food security. Dr. Nuna Nneka Obiayele, the development economist and investment banker, was built to do this, but due to the late-minute crisis, we have other facilitated out of it. Job creation for the youth and vulnerable people. Public and private partnership for economic development is at heart of the human rights advocates to be this task. The budget emphasizing free inflation, stabilizing the naira, and accelerating growth through fiscal discipline and investment in these sectors. The design reflects the fact that most confront challenges, acknowledge the barriers, and seize the opportunities. The challenges include revenue generation. Nigeria remains heavily reliant on oil production, despite global cost of diversification. Oil price volatility and the narrow tax base justly control community. Expenditure pressure. Our debt servicing obligation continues to rise, crowding out resources for capital investment, critical development. The current studies of the budget, new limited fund for capital projects. Economic stability. Inflationary pressure have eroded purchasing power, while exchange commitments within the next 60 months of the decade. This figure represents investment commitments, which may take place to materialize immediately. Data from the National Bureau of Statistics indicate that actual FDI inflows between April 2023 and March 2024 are averaging $448.95 million. Total investment at scale price of this. ExxonMobil plans to invest $10 billion in Nigerian product oil production. Indorama committed $8 billion to expand petrochemical in Nigeria. Bahati Axel announced an $800 million network expansion. Gandhi pledges $3 billion for production in Nigeria. Coca-Cola committed $1 billion investment to expand distribution network and product range. This commitment will reflect positive response to the administration's reform. Let us expect that significant FDI commitment pursued by the Federal Administration to increase the flow of foreign investment. Mr. Chairman, this is good test. Let me see Atlantic network sector to do a sector-specific analysis of the impact of inflation on businesses so that we can appreciate the content of businesses in Nigeria. Inflation affects the industry, the broadcast industry in multiple ways, from operational costs to advertising revenue and consumer behavior. When operational costs are using cost of equipment, buy a dollar, power, manpower, and all. Now let us also look at the impact of inflation on government policy effectiveness in Nigeria. Inflation affects how well government policies work, often achieving economic stability, growth, and social welfare. The key way inflation affects policy effectiveness in Nigeria are monetary policy change. Climate changes in our monetary policies have not been very palatable to us. CBN raised interest rates to control inflation, but this makes borrowing expensive for businesses and individuals, showing economic growth. Educated politicians have talked about that, how the naira has become nothing in the international market. Fiscal policy, raising government expenditure. As of last day, we did about 30 trillion. In 2025, we are hitting 50 trillion. These are policies of government that affected, or inflation has affected this negatively. Revenue shortfall is there. Debt service borrowing pressure is there. Social welfare, I've talked about it. Mr. Chairman, sir, let's talk. Okay, no. Corruption and bureaucracy. Public sector inefficiency does not undermine the potential impact of political allocation. Legacy in the system does not inform not reaching their intended target. These challenges demand better attention to ensure that the 2025 budget deliver on these promises. Barriers, reduce losses and systematic issue. When challenges highlight issue, barriers extend the real world. Functional efficiency, new policy implementation and that. This is an area where we have done so much based on our experience and profession. Budget often face delay execution due to inefficiency in public administration. You see, people will say that talking about public administration, they're talking about administration. No, it is a component of the bureaucrats. The bureaucrats are the legislators of budgets. Talking about experience, the civil servant will prepare the budget. The president council will approve and send to Parliament. Parliament will take care to see how you and I that are constituents will be carried along. So, but the big implementation of the budget by the civil servant and one matters. Then the prospects going forward. Among these challenges and barriers, opportunities abound. One, strengthening fiscal discipline. The Finance Act 2023 aims to align revenue collection mechanism with fiscal targets. Digital tools and transparency initiatives to enhance accountability. The government can prioritize high-impact capacity capital projects by enforcing the fiscal framework while cutting wasteful expenditure. Economic diversification. There is immense potential to move oil sectors such as agriculture, technology, and manufacturing. I wish Dr. Emeka of the agriculture tell us what we do in the agricultural sector because it's a big time private investment in that discipline. Policy reform. Mr. Speaker, part of the problem of Mr. Chairman, part of the problem of government is policy initiation, policy implementation, execution, and policy evaluation. So, intelligence policy evaluation is part of the problem we have in Nigeria. We can't find out there's immense potential in the last sector if policy reforms are taken seriously by government. Leveraging natural and human resources. If organized, except agricultural sector can become global very fast. Investment in agro-processing and exploitation can catalyze transformation. Similarly, the creative and tech industries have demonstrated their potential to drive growth as seen in the Hollywood, fintech, and internet industry. Youth empowerment and innovation. Unfortunately, Our youth have been tagged as wasteful, idle, and inefficient. But we disagree with that assertion. We believe that the Nigerian youth population is a demographic advantage. Investing in education, technology, and apprenticeship can drive innovation and economic growth. Financing global support. We want to thank the particular people that has proven and has global support, but we want to see more. Commitment, when it's not backed with action, does not change the economy. So we pray that multinational organizations like the World Bank, IMF, even though our providing technical and financial support for Nigeria, practice engagement with this institution and help Nigeria secure professional loan and technical assistance to catch much debt burden. Agreement like African Continental Free Trade offers significant trade and investment opportunities. Public-private partnership. We want to urge government that PPP can be implemented in building infrastructure. We can see what Dangote did in Apapa. We want to see companies operating in this part of the world also do similarities. So we urge government to improve on PPP partnership. PPP partnership that will bring direct dividends to the mass majority of the people in terms of road and electricity. I propose that our government should engage more in the arrangement of road and electricity because we get the greater majority of the people. PPP arrangement on housing does not get to many people because no government can do 100,000 houses in 4 years, in 8 years. But if you use that resources to do electricity and roads, many Nigerians will buy and enjoy better power. Strategic coordination, transparency and citizen engagement. Citizens must be involved in the budgeting process through consultation and feedback mechanism. That is what ATM is doing today. So that with our contribution, our agenda, we take home, we want to also help them as they try to pass the 2025 budget. We'll talk about digital transformation in governance. There are no two ways about that. Anybody who believes that you cannot do digital transformation is not ready to live in the new world. Digital is the way out. Conclusion, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chairman, in relation to the objective and successful implementation of the 2025 budget depends on its design and its solid commitment. We must embrace accountability, transparency, and a sense of shared responsibility and responsibility as a nation. The challenges are formidable, but Nigerians' resilience and potential are far greater. And Nigerians' resilience is why we are here today. We want to thank you, we want to thank you. I urge stakeholders, government, the private sector, civil society, and citizens to work together to unlock this project promises. By so doing, we not only navigate challenges, but also chart a path towards sustainable growth and prosperity. And as the decision network, we will continue to innovate, think outside of the box, design and create, and transmit programs that will give aspirations within the band and of our program. Your participation in this national community on the last day of June will be regarded. Thank you. May God bless all of us. May God bless the Thank you very much.
Please put your hands together for the Shibiri. Thank you very much, Honorable Shibiri Igwe. That keynote address was apt, educative, and informative. Thank you so much. Thank you for putting all these together. This is the first of its kind in South. Please put your hands together for Honorable Shibiri Igwe. This is awesome. Thank you so much. So before we move on to our next item, please, we would please urge the owner of this vehicle, Toyota Corolla case number AFM 423FV Rivers, please reposition the vehicle outside. Thank you very much. move on to the next item on our list, and that is debt and economic growth focus, to be handled by a panelist. I will welcome Ms. Laurentia Shoma Ogunlemi, Content and Television Network, to introduce the speaker.
Please put your hands together. Thank you very much. I am here to welcome Professor Silva Okoa Charles, FNIM, FCE, FSM, Professor of Economics and Management. Professor Silva Okoa Charles is the President and Chairman, Government Council of the Garden City Premier Business School. He is also a faculty member of the Graduate School of the American Trinity University, California, United States of America. As a professor of economics and management, Professor Silva Okoa Charles is a multi-skilled individual with over 35 years of multi-industry experience, spanned as follows: 19 years of experience in the banking industry, over 5 years in the public service as Commissioner of Finance, Budget, Economy, Bayelsa State, and over 13 years in the private business development in subsidiaries focused on the business education, paint manufacturing, real estate, oil and gas, strategy, and consulting. As a banker, he displayed a significant record of performance with his career in key institutions such as United Bank of Africa PLC, Victoria Trust Bank, now Seven Bank, Unity Bank PLC, Commerce Merchant Bank Limited, Finbank PLC, now Varsity Commonwealth Bank PLC. As a consummate banker, he was a turnaround manager that made all businesses profitable for his watch. Professor Okoa Charles grew to the General Manager's cadre before his appointment as the Honorable Commissioner of Finance, Budget and Economy in 2007, where he played a leading role in public sector institutions. Professor Okoa Charles, as a commissioner, spearheaded a lot of reforms. His stint in government led to the establishment of the Bayelsa State Economic Management Team, which he served as a vice chairman, with the governor as chairman. He pioneered the domestication of legislation in public procurement, fiscal responsibility, public-private partnership, infrastructure concessioning, and microcredit management, as well as land policies in the current and capital expenditure approval processes, scholarship policy, budget and treasury operations policy. Silva Okoa Charles has PhD in economics, specializing in monetary economics, with a master's degree in economics with a specialty in money and banking. In September 2016, Professor Okoa Charles was awarded the prestigious Global Executive MBA with 3 MBA degrees from Adelaide University of London School of Economics and Political Science, London, New Jersey University, Stern Business School, New York, HEC Business School, Paris. He is an alumnus of Lagos Business School, a graduate of the Breakthrough Program for Senior Executives, and an alumnus of IMD Business School. Lausanne, Switzerland. He is an alumnus of London Business School, London, London School of Economics and Political Science, London, New York University, Stern Business School, New York, and HEC Management School, Paris. He is also a distinguished fellow of Nigerian Institute of Management and council member, a fellow of the Association of Certified Commercial Diplomats, a fellow of the Institute of Strategic Management of Nigeria, and a member of Government Council, fellow Chartered Institute of Administration, fellow Institute of Chartered Economists of Nigeria. Professor Silva Okoa Charles is fellow and council member of the Chartered Institute of Leadership and Governance, USA. Since 2016, Okoa Paula Charles has said, as an associate professor and with the American Trinity University at the African Regional Campus at Lille, Togo, in high-risk capacity teaching various courses in management, business, and economics. As the president of Garden City Premier's Business School, he teaches political economy of globalization, entrepreneurship and innovation, and strategic management and leadership at the PhD level. He also teaches business environment, entrepreneurship and innovation, and strategic management and leadership at the MBA MSc level. Professor Paula Charles has published several books and over 70 articles in renowned journalist corpus index, both overseas and in Nigeria. They have also supervised over 100 places and capstone projects for both master's degree and PhD students. He loves various sports and is married to Mrs. Timmy Paula Charles with 4 children. This is not one of
Thank you very much. Very lengthy introduction. Thank you very much. There is not acknowledging our very respected chairman. Also, this comment. My own people are Chief Honorable, please meeting. Thank you. Welcome, Chief Doctor. Chief Doctor. Great guy and great friend. Always kind to members of the family. So I want to review my topic is economic growth and debt. I want to engage you so my approach will be different. I want to engage. I want to ask a question. Debt part. Debt is part to borrow. I know that I can go from the field of borrowing. The situation can be going on. Is that really bad? So the topic is about all the methods we take, debt and economy. That's all. I'm looking at the free bank. The government is about 9% for trade. I'm rejecting trade now. Really, I'm paying attention to the dollar. Yeah, $3 billion. It's lower than that. Last year budget was about 28, 27, and 30. And you see that in terms of look at the exchange rate was better. So relatively, that was the better budget in terms of dollars than this 3.5. Then the big question is what the big issue, what the big deal about borrowing is. Like that, but that's the issue that we foreign living in Nigeria. A lot of people are saying, oh, Nigeria is borrowing too much. But then by then increasing. Our children are going to pay so much money. Even for businesses, talking to some friends and they're talking about they have a money grant or they have acquired license. Which Nigerian bank are money from finance or that? Because the balance sheet of Nigerian bank is very small. That's why they're raising them. All the time $100 million, we convert to the $5 billion naira. So borrowing is not bad. Let's establish that fact that borrowing is not a big issue. The issue is how do we deal with the issue of revenue? If we can deal with the issue of revenue, we will not bother ourselves with debt. Now look at Nigeria. There are issues that we need to deal with. Look at the issue of infrastructure. Development cannot be
place effectively and efficiently without infrastructure. Infrastructure stock to GDP is less than 5%. Now, for emerging countries, when we talk about emerging countries, are countries that are stepping into the world. The emerging countries average less than 30%. The infrastructure stock to GDP is less than 30%. In Nigeria, currently less than 5%. And from studies, it's proving that Nigeria needs to have invest about $3 trillion to be able to meet up that is pressure of infrastructure. Development is a mix. Economic growth is of productive capacity. And there are factors of production. Land labor, agriculture, entrepreneurship. These factors must contribute. So when we talk about economic growth, we are talking about contribution of factors of production to growth. And we make progress. There is difference between economic growth and economic development. Economic growth is talking about a complete increase in our productive capacity. So are we moving forward? There's a growth. The things are moving forward. If Nigeria did about 8% growth last year, it means that we are shifted to the right in terms of growth, in terms of our capacity at the moment, and in terms of how it impact on the life of ordinary Nigerians. Talk about the development of our policy, well-being, growth quantitative, while development is qualitative. It has to trickle down to the rest of the citizens. So are we saying that if there's a growth, people can argue that say there's a growth in Nigeria? We're not feeling it. We're not feeling it. People are hungry. People have money to spend and say there's growth. How do we know there's growth if the life of ordinary person is not changed? That's the question. So it is important to emphasize that growth is not the issue. The issue is development. Development is what we need. Okay. People need to feel the impact of what we are doing. Nigeria is low. We can even government productivity, the less block, without my story. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, thank you so much. That was on debt and economic focus. Nigeria is the only country that when you borrow somebody your money, for you to demand for your money, you have to explain what you want to do with your money. That's the country we find ourselves in. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. Please one more time, round of applause, please. Alright, please, want to make all our panelists just 5 minutes because we are live streaming so that everybody's will be featured. Please, just 5 minutes, just try to summarize and all. So I'm moving to another one that is very important, which is security. Within the week on social media, a retired police officer was arrested for setting up the roadblock to collect money again after he got retired. And there was a whole lot of comment on the section saying they don't pay up well and all that. So what to look into the security aspect. And to do that for us, one day welcome our lead content, ATN, Loresha Chioma Ogu. Please a round of applause at the house.
Thank you so much, I wish to very welcome the song of CSS, CPSN, FNIIS. Stanley Sopho was born on 27th October 1971. He hails from Okija in Anambra State also. He was born in Rivers State. Graduated from the Department of Political and Administrative Studies, University of Port Harcourt. In 2006, he formed the Land and Security Services Limited. In 2013, he founded another security company named Bushak Security Services Limited. He has attended several security conferences, local and international. He is the MD CEO of Bushak Security Services. He is a fellow of Nigerian Institute of Industrial Security and a certified security specialist, also a certified physical security manager. He has been a regular guest on security issues on many radio and television stations, both in Port Harcourt and outside Port Harcourt. He is happily married and blessed with 3 kids. Please put your hands together as we welcome
the chairman, sir, coming to right and the already established protocol. I will say 5 minutes. I'll try to stick to that. I'll also briefly some points that maybe when we go to the family section, maybe we need to look at them critically. As well, when you're going through the budget allocation on different sectors of security, ranging from the Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Police Affairs, National Security Advisor, the Police Service Commission, the Chief Security Officer to the President. If you put this sum total to what was allocated to this, you will be faced with what the same president faced sometimes, and he had difficulties in pronouncing the figure. But yet, we are still faced with different security challenges. What it then means that the implementation of the budget is not properly fluid, and I think that's where our problems are. I would want to, because of time, I want to recommend the following. Since our minority leader is here, and he obviously is our mouthpiece, I'm sorry forgive me. I needed to comment Atlantic Television for putting this together. Different other organization once in a while do this. I mean, you will find out that we need to get a solution, because they say when you know your problem, you have to solve it. By the time you bring professionals together and you put out a problem and a solution and it's channeled to the appropriate quarters, you find out that we need to get solutions. So once again, let's put our hands together. Now, the government is the major player in security. It is said that security is on the exclusive list, which means individuals, even states, and private sector governments have no major role to play. But most times you find out that even if government plays politics with the security, which is where our problem lies. So my first recommendation is that government should stop playing politics with security. A situation where you want to appoint an Inspector General of Police, and because you want a particular person possibly to do your bidding, you will hire about 10 persons to get to that person. It is one of the problems we have. We don't look for the best, we look for who can do what we want. Now, I want the government at this point to stop playing politics with security. It cuts across not just the police, both the the Navy, the Army. Any president that comes in wants to get somebody that will do his bidding. If we begin to get the professionals and the right people to do the job, you find out that most of these security will complain often with the agent of the power. What people ask, is it that the government is not aware? Is it that the criminals, the bandits, they are more powerful than the government? They are not. But it is because there is a lot of things involved, which actually include taking care of the security personnel. Can you imagine sending military men to a theater of war where they say knows, without seeing their family, without the comfort of sleeping in their homes, yet you don't pay them the allowance that they give them. You don't give them adequate arms and ammunition or equipment that they need to fight terrorism. You know, our comedians have recently began to use our security men for comedy. And it got sound. And when we hear you know the police, or when you hear boom, you know, this tells you that even the criminals have more sophisticated arms and ammunition than our own government security agencies. The next recommendation I want to make here is to set up a functional security trust fund. I was privileged sometime ago to be among the when the Rivers State government had a public hearing when they wanted to set up a security trust fund for Rivers State. We made all our presentations, did all we do, but today I don't even know if that law was passed. Even if it's passed, there is no effect on it. Because we see our policemen daily on the road collecting 200 naira. To the clearance of everybody, I've challenged one-time commissioner of police in Rivers State in the full where he said the policemen are tomorrow to collect 200 naira. And I asked him to give me permission in 10 minutes and give me 400 pictures of policemen collecting money from the road. And you see all these things. For some time, because of corruption in the police and the systemized. You know, everybody has where they collect their own. So sometimes you see them so set up a functional trust fund where you can take care of these policemen, these military men, so that when they have need, they will be able to get funds from them. By that, you need to see that our policemen will be able to have the equal respect. The next thing I want to recommend is our police college. I want to recommend that sometime that law was done on, I think sometime in the national debt. The police college should be upgraded to the police university. I wonder what a policeman that goes for a 6-month training will come out, the effect and the impact it will have in the community. But if we make the police college the university and the policeman goes through the college, the university for 4 years, graduating from maybe different departments, of course, we have the mechanical, we have the admin, finance. By the time they come out, if you can compare them with the NDA, because the NDA is like a university. When the army get come out, that's why you see that the military has more discipline, have more impact, more respect than the police. So the police college should be upgraded to a university status. The federal government should do more on research and development. It's not as if they don't do, but because of the system, even the money allocated for research and development always goes the wrong way. So you find out that day in, day out, year in, year out, our policemen are the same. You only hear of exceptional performance of our policemen when they go on this evening mission outside this country. You will not begin to ask why. The reason is simple. The environment there encourages them. Why the environment here does not encourage them to really put in their best. The average policeman thinks that as you wake up in the morning, go to the office, what you're thinking about is how to make money from the public. So that becomes every other business. So we need to begin to invest more in research and development. Intelligent gathering. I remember when I was a child, we used to see, though you might not notice it, undercover policemen. Sometimes you see them in community, they are these shoe cobblers, they are Okada riders. Some of them say here what they have policemen, some of them are from TSS. They are within a community, so if you want to perpetrate crime, they know. In fact, one of my friends that was arrested for pointing the University of Nsukka when we were in school. How was he arrested? It was Okada rider that carried him. He never knew that Okada man was the security man under cover. So by the time they go to their location, he just cycled like what he told him. The man brought the weapon, like all that in the But these days, we don't see this undercover policemen. We only want to see this through reactive rather than being proactive. So we should try to invest more in intelligent gathering. Another thing my chairman sir, I want us to talk with the federal government to see how possible it should be. Is to integrate this private security company into the National Security Act. Why do I say so? Anywhere you go, you see the private security guards. Every community. So by the time you have these people integrated, giving proper training, because part of the problem we have is that most times the private security company take them in, just hold them, so they don't have. The government can go ahead to train these people, empower them so that they can help people in intelligence gathering. I just been told that my time is up. But before I leave, I will only want to. Another important area is the area of the economy. This is our area. Let's go to good fire. I don't know what is that good. That is one of the areas crime is being perpetrated. There was a time the government wanted to give licenses for artisanal refineries. Please, it is a call at this point for the government to look into that. Most of those people who are doing this good fire, by the time they have the license to go into this artisanal refinery, they will leave that. One thing about crime is that if you sample most of the people who are in crime, they will tell you they have alternative, they won't be there. So let us try to see how we can improve their economy, improve their lifestyle, and improve their lifestyle so that we can live crime. And when they live crime, find out that our security agency will have to come on no challenge. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Security is everybody's business. It's not just for the police people. All right, let's move with speed. I want to move into another sector that concerns each and every one of us. And this is the reason why most of the health workers they jump for greener pasture. After making the presentation, let me also welcome the lead content at Martin Television Network. It is Mauricia Choba Ogo as she comes forward to read out the biography of the panel. Please, one more time, a round of applause as she comes, please.
Thank you very much. All right. I have the honor of introducing Chief Doctor Emmanuel Ayalema. Chief Dr. Emmanuel was born on over 59 years ago. He is a teacher, traditional ruler, public commentator, a mediator, and conciliator, and a practicing human resources manager. He holds an NCE economics, BSc, Business Administration Management, MBA, Master in Public Administration, MSc, Human Resources Management, PhD in Leadership and Management, and currently a PhD in Management in Industrial Relations. He has a total work year of over 33 years in strategic management in various multinational organizations in Nigeria and abroad. He is a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Mediators and Conciliation, Chartered Institute of Management, a fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Marketing of Nigeria, fellow Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, also fellow Center of Productivity, fellow Institute of Management Consultants, and the grounds of this. Dr. Irayalema is the managing consultant and CEO, Delhi Professional Consultant. Please put your hands together.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. My professor, my colleague, good afternoon. This is gentlemen, I know we take time. That's why I want to do the paper. I'm talking basically on the 2025 budget, particularly as it relates to education and health. First, education and health are two components that all of us know drives our various success. While health gives us life, education helps us understand ourselves better continuously. So when the government decides to invest in that area, it is not doing it because we don't understand what it's supposed to be for us. However, our experience, and I'm not going to do different because put seriously, the only leader the chairman has only done an in-depth study work, so I'm not going to take time of giving data. But experience is this, and that's what I want us to look at today. Can we truly see on a vision? Can we truly see we have an vision that drives us to where we want to go? I am good at the right budget. I have not seen significant effects actually when it comes to what is not used the supposed huge amount for. They said they want to build more universities, build more infrastructure in universities. And they have to continue to fund our existing federal government schools in the different federal zones. My question is very simple. Are we really deriving anything from the existing schools as it were? As you go back to the house, that's my recommendation. It may be necessary for us to begin to look at what areas we're investing in education. What the world see? What drives our economy? And what areas should we invest in? Why do we have people every other day coming out of schools and actually not having what to do? In the world today, in a beautiful field, there are many cost areas that are becoming obsolete. Is Nigeria a budget moving in that direction? The world is going IT. The world is going IT. How many investment do we have in IT education in Nigeria? Can this budget be looked at? We ask questions around AI. AI education. The biggest challenge, whose population is irrelevant to that that we find in our pockets, or even our country, that we run 3 tiers of government, am I correct? A federal, a state, and a local government. I've understood that the 3 tiers of government actually also run budgets for education and health. Open the government budget to find education and health. Open the state budget for education and health. Those federal budget for education and health. The question is this: can we be better? If we find a way, the legislation that will create, that will force us to synergize these budgets. In what areas is Obiakpor interested in education in Rivers State, as we influence the Rivers State budget on education for Obiakpor? And what should Obiakpor bring into that budget as the state should bring in? And take that up for instance and ask, in what area is Rivers State interested in education that is in our budget, and to bring say to the federal budget that can help the federal budget to also show that as a contribution to Rivers State as it relates to education or health. Can we create that silence? Are we not likely to have better impact on the budget that's leaning in that direction? When the MC was talking about Dama, I love that time because when the issue of Dama comes, we have dimensions of people going out. Recently, a few days ago, we tried, the person tried to do a Japan. For all of us, very simple, and find people who have them here and are outside, that are going to learn new skills that will see what you have to here and we learn to what, bring them back. Not also doing another time. So very enjoying them. And back to how to bring them back. Now, why do they go? Should be our concern. Does the 2005 project on health have a way, have they created a way to keep a group of our health officers to refuse to want to go out? While the person think that the police are needed, Japan is safe, I can assure you that many of them actually go and not the opportunity to try the things they have learned at an international level. That's the challenge of them. Create specialist centers for people, tourism around the central zones, and some of them will not go back to Nigeria to see how to use those places. And then they have from those things, some of them here will not stay to utilize those facilities that you have around us. We must keep it. Our budget's biggest problem is not as the appearance on paper. Our budget's biggest problem is how to implement it. And you can only actually implement if you think of how to bring application resource. At least you got to know that the biggest problem is already. But the biggest problem for me is not the question is how do you manage the resource you have. Thank you very much.
Also need to look at that particular point. Thank you so much. Education is more striking. 4 years course will take you 6 years. And God will help us in our educational sector. Alright, let's take another dimension to very important section, which is the job creation. Everybody wants to get a job, CV, interview, and all that. to take us further to the dimension of job creation, let us welcome the lead content accounting television network is Loresha Chamahu. This is not a factor, please.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to welcome class Class Ogene was born into the royal house of the Grand Government area in Lagos State and the American War Carol House of Uzembe in Bayelsa State. He served as the managing director of Alberta Enterprises, a service contractor for Shell in Uzembe. And in 2008, he became the Caribbean National Secretary of the United Delta Non-Violence Movement. This group started and sustained campaigns urging the federal government to grant amnesty to the boys in the Niger Delta case. In 2017, he took the initiative as the director of modular refineries within the Institute of the Environment in partnership with founding solicitors to mobilize and sensitize the good boys to assess the federal government's offer of modular refineries. Part of Ogene has been a community development practitioner, media consultant, and social rights activist for nearly 20 years. He's happily married and has 2 children. Please put your hands together along
Thank you so much. The chairman permitted me to stand on the system protocols. Very well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm just here to share my own opinion and view to mirroring the plan of the 2025 federal government budget as it affects job creation, public private partnership, development infrastructure. Very briefly, first, let me appeal to our able chairman, Morrison Group. On one thing, I've been quietly admiring Right Honorable Okechi, the German specialist, as is listening, one of what we used to have. In other times, after the introduction, you will see a case of the gathering. But that reminds me of Kennedy, brother Jeff Kennedy, who joined the USA in 1972. He served the Senate over 42 years, and the ability was able to gather to understand the limits of socio-economic issues about the regular people. So you can only do that when you see patiently like this, and not limiting us to 5 minutes. Because those who are present, they spend more time hanging out the oppressors they want. And in the road to freedom, there must be a balance of them. The oppressed also need time to discuss. So please, having said that, I want to quickly say that one problem, and I quite agree to share associate my idea with what our lead speaker pointed out, dealing with revenue. How can the political class borrow like 5 trillion from central bank without protocol, nothing for the private sector to borrow? When you talk about job creation, you're looking at provision of new opportunities for a paid employment, especially for those who are without employment. So, if you look at the current reality, you'll find a government budget that, first of all, is not certain on its revenue to create new opportunities. We don't, as a people, we don't have the culture to this. I know that's what I say this. Yeah. So, importantly, I would like us to go to the practical approach to assisting the federal government. I'm grateful the honorable member here is taking the consideration. Usually, the natural sequence should be having these gatherings from NTAs even before the president conceived the collaboration. But I'm glad the honorable tells us that they are still in the the budget. So we have opportunity to make very reasonable, so we can make adjustments. There is need to prioritize the attention. If we have agreed with God to say revenue, meeting GDP, you can't talk of employment rates when you can't tie it to the GDP. So therefore, as a matter of priority, the need for concentrating, focusing on modalities, a radical departure, looking at the revenues, exploring new areas. We have non-SAP, we have competitive advantages. If we have this culture of utilization, we would have been in a fair position to itemize those areas from even scarce resources. If you put it in the particularly private sector, we would have had so much to generate and produce. Like one of us said sometimes, we're a political economy of consuming, not producing. And when you don't produce, you can't create job opportunities for people. You will have to go itemizing them. If you take the South, for example, you have a whole lot of issues. Political class are currently made the majority of young people to think that politics and government house is the only viable industry. People relative are in churches. But that is not true. If you look closely, there are a whole lot of waste management. You look at agriculture, it's believed to create over 60%. The stream product of manufacturing. But how much are we on? And the reason why NGOs don't sit back, fiscal year in, fiscal year out, they grow figures. It's traced to that political culture. Because there is no interrogative system. You can't have a president this year. So you cannot have NGOs, you cannot have what represents the current economic reality. They go back and don't stop previous figures. All they do is increase the finances and president expenses. Here is what represents the current fiscal year budget. A sharp opposite to current. I say after the president was assigned, it's something that each time we don't go give you. But in 4 minutes, this represents taking care of the needs. So I think very seriously, there is urgent need to deepen, sustain and promote the culture of a baseline support. Remember about 2014, you have the LNG in River State. They consider $1.6 million tribal. LNG has about 12 fleet vessels. One, the side of it is close to football field. There's one dash 62,000. Then they take this to South Korea, South Africa, Canada. That more like capital fleet, labor fleet, and other people. And a lot of us who say as no jobs. What about those jobs? In the end, when they result, they move into Lagos, claiming that Badagry has a better position. But on it there, when they do the exports, can have vessels of only God knows the weight. There is also a related industry that will absorb the iron and you say it's not fit. They are doing 100%. As people represent us from this area, if you don't close, some of us will assist you to understand that before the next budget, you put up these 9 minutes. Because it is not correct that we can't create jobs. We can. The difference is that we are not privy to the practical indices and indicators. Probably that's why we sit back to see we don't know what to do. Let us look at waste management. Sometimes that's the reason our brothers in our body, because we have a heap of dump. I recorded a president assistant sometime. Told us how that heap of waste is a good source of energy. They talk about waste to wealth. The money change value of getting those who collect it, those who process it. What are the students who graduate from chemical industry? Look at cassava, you have multiple byproducts. Look at fruit, you have massive number of byproducts. Look at palm fruits, you have multiple byproducts. In fact, sometimes somebody said, all you can get from human, you get a palm fruit, almost less. The difference is the ability to organize the human resource that can, create the processes that will in turn absorb those that can produce things and be creating jobs and make meaningful earnings. In that essence, available, I want to pause. They say some informal job, like taxi driver, every sellers, and all that. That's why I don't know what we're talking about. We're talking of meaningful earnings with dignity and respect. So I want to appeal to the leadership to say that we need to do more of baseline survey or competitive advantages. We talk about for example, oil and gas. Everybody wants to know how oil and gas is. Other industries, not a concentrated industry. Chiba Island Council Labadi is the only place in Africa they are the best in the world for producing oil and gas farms and assessments. We can have such industries in Nigeria. Nobody wants to think about that, like government money, access to money. It's available, but policy makers choose to allow it in the hands of people. So it's not about the operation, it's about dealing with the issue of policy and policy of punishment of those who divert public revenues. If we can do that, I'm sure we have what it takes to bring more jobs to all of us.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Thank you. Wow. So many things to do for more job creations. Nigeria, when we go to school, graduate, they do POS. People will go, they withdraw from Google school. That is country we are seeing ourselves. God will help us. And the last, but not the least, the stomach infrastructure. Very important. The kingdom. Because if we come here, there is no bottle water, no biscuit, no milk, our face will not squeeze. So at this point, I want to look into the area of agriculture, which is very important. Let's also get welcome the lead content Atlantic Television Network is Laurentia Chioma Ogo. Please, one more time, a round of applause, please, as she introduces our panelists.
Thank you. All right. Representing the National President of the Catfish and Allied Fish Partners of Nigeria, Dr. Mustafa Nomo, I'm honored to present to you Azuka Chukwu. Azuka Chukwu is an agricultural expert. He has an bachelor in marketing, University of Edinburgh. He's a brand ambassador, U.S. Soil Excellence Center. He's the current organizing secretary of World Aquaculture Society of West African chapter. He is also the lead consult, CBA Multi-Services Nigeria Limited, and he's the director of CBA Labs. Please put your hands together for
Thank you very much. I'll be very fast. I want to use this opportunity to recognize the presence of the chairman today, town hall meeting, and the World Communication Group. I am also greeting the members of the High Table Extinguishment and the panel, and not forgetting the audience. Thank you for this opportunity. And I also want to beg for the absence of Dr. Numa. For the sensitivity of this town hall meeting, we have to break our backs and make sure we come, because this is the first time farmers from this part of the region will be airing their minds to the government, if I can say. And on this note, I would want to just give a brief insight. Agriculture is patient, agriculture is practical. I can hear everything that has been said here aligns with agriculture, both from the economic aspect. Agriculture is comprehensive. So I want to talk as it affects us, understanding that agriculture is patient, agriculture is practical. I will be talking from the perspective of the farmer, and the fish farmer, and also an agricultural expert. Now, I'll be diverting a little into the 2025 budget as it affects farmers. And I'll be going with the topic, a very short insight, enhanced support for farmers. That should be the topic. And I want us to focus on funding the input to boost productive and ensure food security, as we have always seen. Believe me, this message goes on to the youth. Statistics has it that come 2050, Africa will have the arable land, only at least 65% of the arable land. And Nigeria has roughly 30% of that arable land. So we have that comparative advantage. But the problems are the bottleneck, and because of this, I'll be highlighting. I'll give it as my objective, highlighting on Nigeria's 2025 budget provision for agricultural growth and sustainability. I'll be highlighting on climate change. I'll be very brief. These are fundamental things we don't take cognizance of. I know here sitting down we have so many farmers. I'm very sure, and I'm saying this from the point of view from my own angle. And me as a farmer, I know the shortcomings I have, even in Rivers State. Right now, one of the problems we are facing in Rivers State is our water level has been polluted. We have insufficient seeds. That is why some of you take your money out of Rivers State to other states just to buy fingerlings that we have the advantage over. You see? But these things are things our government don't really take importance of, but they are the problem. So I'll be highlighting climate change. I'll be talking about the budget as it concerns agriculture. I'll also be talking about implementing strategies if time permits. I'll also be talking about call for action, because we don't just talk and we don't do. So, for climate change, insufficient funding for smallholder farmers. Let me tell you the truth. We have so many smallholder farmers around us. You may not know your impact is really improving the agricultural sector in our region. Honestly speaking, 80% of the GDP that comes from agriculture comes from smallholder farmers, like me and you. And we know that farmers are resilient, and we know that the real agricultural practices are being done in the rural areas. They are being done in the rural areas. And these real farmers we are talking about, I need to digress into perspective so we can understand, are these local farmers in your village, local farmers in agri that does not know the importance and sensitivity of climate change. What is the role the government has played to really improve the knowledge of these people, to understand the sensitivity of climate change? If my statistics are correct from the Bureau of Statistics, then I am correct that is where the problem is. If these people cannot understand the importance of climate change and how it affects the food security and sustainability, optimal yield of their production, we are not there. Limited access to seed qualities. I have just said it. I am a practical farmer, and I'll keep saying it. I just finished the project from Ibadan. In Rivers State, I don't think for the cassava people, for the people in the chain, I don't think they have TN419 improved cassava stems that can help in improving our sector. Right now, for your state, this is going on. And I feel since we have a principal officer from Rivers State, I think they also have to see how they can change laws that will affect us. I am here to speak for the farmers, and I'm very happy that so many farmers are listening to me. We need to start thinking back and reflecting back how Nigeria used to be an agricultural hub. So many things have to be done. I am not insulting anybody. I am saying as it affects farmers. Coming down here, I got 2 messages from reputable government institutions that should be state government institutions that should be aligning and collaborating with agricultural farmers to see how we can talk about healthy environment, how we can a safer environment, but to see them writing messages. I know these things are not even coming from the government. You see, it is an avenue they have used, and it is a bottleneck for farmers. Today, somebody's bill was 450,000 naira. When you go to the office, they don't even give you a government account to pay the state into. So we cannot get it right if we don't start from here. Highlighting on the 2025 budget, yes, it is good. And as a facilitator of some of the federal government agricultural trainings, I have seen that the Tinubu's because this present government, they have upscaled the duty. And I can see from the National Directorate of Employment, I can see the last training we did for farmers. I can see they have upscaled. They now understand that there is importance for things like concept notes. These things they are important because they are templates you use to scale your growth and what you intend achieving. As organizing secretary of the world, that I wish I had more time, I really wanted to talk, but time is not in our favor. But as the organizing secretary of the World Aquaculture Society, West African region, we have the comparative advantage of being in different countries. And everybody is looking up to us, Nigeria. I think if the government can start rethinking and think outside the box and see how we can start looking from the dot, the what, I think our region and with the 20% rate in agricultural funding, I think we have that comparative advantage and there's no reason for us to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Let me thank our chairman, our panelists for their wonderful contributions to this audience of patiently listening. We are the second segment of the program, questions, conclusions, and answers. That segment should be taken from this one. If you raise your hand, the chairman will connect you. The entity will give you the microphone. You ask your question, the chairman will connect absolutely. You will answer the question. Are you with me? Okay, thank you, sir.
My name is Nze. This town hall meeting is very apt. I wish that their councillors are here. I wish that the AA drivers are here. I wish that the bus drivers and the peasant farmers in the bush are here. Because they are the reason why there is government in Nigeria. Without them, there will be no us. I have several questions, Mr. Chairman. That means that you permit me to ask them all at once so you jot them down. Number one, inflation and food policy. Presently, the government of Aswaja Tinubu has led us into a level of inflation that we have not seen in recent time. There is no child of 25, 30 years old that has seen this kind of inflation. And it has also affected adversely on our food policy. How is this government going to match these two? Inflation and food policy, that's number one. So, I'm asking this question. Okay. So, number two questions. The threat of fuel subsidy removal on Nigerian citizens has driven us crazy. Mr. Chairman, sir, if you will recall, just this last week, this week, just take the question directly. Okay. How can we, in this 2025, manage the fuel subsidy removal when it has turned Nigerians into animals, as we see some of them
few days ago, who knows that cooking fuel is dangerous, but because if they are hungry, they pay the secret price. How can this government manage food sources? Then another thing. Insecurity and food production. We see a lot of money being monitored into security and looking away. I may not say looking away, but as it affects us based on the statistics Dr. Jokume just gave about funding of agriculture. We see that more money is being allocated for security, whereas the food production is less. How can we, especially those of us who are down here in the southeast, who cannot access funds for agricultural production? How can this 2025 budget help us knowing whether you have a hand in either Pacific budget or not? Then, finally,
and that's just are you asking how you can access one for agriculture?
how can we access fund for agriculture in this place?
So just goes to the question.
All right. Then, lastly, sir, I will put it this way. We fight insecurity and criminality, whereas we root insecurity and criminality by exposing our teen youths into unemployment. How can 2025 budgets help in this area? Thank you very much, Mr.
My name is Daniel. Let me start from where Prof mentioned some things, where he said our problem is revenue, access to access to finance, and probably can we use electronic means? Can we use electronic means in collecting the fund? I want to say this to you now, sir. I was looking at the data this morning from the table regarding the VAT generated in South. VAT generated is 1.08 trillion. And the money that came back to the South is 574 billion. Now, from what Prof said, is that encouraging? That kills the spirit of hard work. Then
the governor last week or 2 weeks ago said they came to regarding the tax reform bill, sir.
That is lying before the House presently. That they agreed that in the sharing formula that for equity 50%, for derivation 30%, for population 20%. For God's sake, who should drive this population? Why don't we? Because it was celebrated. If we generate a law here, we should be able to have more. And so, please, for that tax reform bill before you people, sir, I would want to say, if we are going for equity for 50, derivation should be 50. Why should derivation be 30 and then population 20? So it will be 50-50. Population, equity 50 and then derivation 50. Then to the second question, sir, on
executive order 7, the tax credit scheme by Buhari's government. My question is, why should we put element
road on the budget? When I was born in Niger State, somewhere around New Busa, that has Mokwa, Jeba to Ilori, NNPC constructed that road. More than 100 kilometers, NNPC constructed that road on tax credit scheme. Why is Element Junction? Because Element Road, because at the end of the day, probably it's about 5 kilometers. And then what we will now see will then be that from that budget, the ministry might probably construct 1 kilometer. And then we wait for another year again. When you have the refinery of that road, you have everything on that road. But still, to construct Jeba road, because it makes sense. Then lastly, sir, I want to say this. When Prof was talking, the last thing he mentioned about leakages. There will always be leakages, sir. And I want you to look at it from this one. The 13% realization is made for the oil-producing communities. Why are state governments using it as budgetary allocation? And so, because if you go, for example, go to those communities, you will feel sorry for what is happening there. And so, please, if at that level those discussions can happen, and then people see pipeline passes their home, they will post it. So please, at that level, can we have the 10% realization? Should not be budgetary allocation. It should go to the communities, to develop the communities. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and organizers of this occasion. My name is Dr. Michael Baraba, ACP. I have a question, a contribution, and a suggestion. My question is from one of the speakers that talks about the problem of Nigeria being implementation of the budget. You have an evaluation of the 2024 budget. You will discover that the capital expenditure aspect of the budget have not been implemented up to 50%. So, our honorable recommender. Just this week, we went to visit one of our clients that we are auditing. His company has been in operation for more than 10 years, and it was shut. I saw the and the person who owns that company is a legislator, a red chamber. So when you have organizations in the formal sector not paying us what you expect of the informal sector, then my contribution is I want to once again appreciate the whole single within office. Now I want to wait, like it should be a one-off event. Maybe sometime within the year, maybe around June or whatever, we can compare to review how far the budget has been implemented. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stephen J. My questions are as follows. First, I want to talk about, you mentioned about, ensuring that we have more taxes, like deploying the electronic medium to enable payment of taxes. How do you see in a situation where we hear that banks that are electronically driven, telcos that are electronically driven, in fact, these two institutions, we can keep all our money with the banks and we can go home to sleep. How come these two institutions cannot buy their own revenue, so much so that we hear that telcos are taking over banks? How do we now expand that practice? I would think that beyond the electronic means, the government, through the chairman, the member of last year, should also create a situation where we can expand the tax net by delivering on projects. Because if you go to 11 gold notes and then you spend 6 hours, 1 hour off, will you be happy to pay the government? I think beyond electronic means, government has to be responsible to their responsibility and ensuring that they expand the tax net by providing basic infrastructure. Number 2 is that we hear our distinguished honorable that the National Assembly is currently legislating on the 2025 budget to include a certain amount for the Ministry of Power to to embark on publicity on the need for people to pay electricity bills. We know that DISCOs, distribution companies for electricity, is already privatized. And the professor here told us that government has no business in business. Can this money, can the National Assembly deploy these resources to other infrastructure that will better the life of people, rather than legislating on monies to services that ordinarily should be handled by those private business enterprises. The last one I want to ask is a traditional ruler that speaks about health and education. We know that education and health are with concurrent. And so the local government has a responsibility, the state has a responsibility. We have seen and we have heard, and we are living with them, that primary school teachers, health workers are being paid by the state government. Should that be the situation that we don't have a viable health institution where people can monitor? We don't recommend, sir, so that our father here can take hope that health and education should be taken back to the exclusive list. Thank you.
Let's take this one, and we'll take the second session and close. So, the aspect of health and education, whether they should be in the exclusive list.
To a large extent, I would agree that it should be in the exclusive list to a large extent. But I still need for the national government to regulate. There will be still need for national government to regulate the kind of education she wants for her people, the kind of health she wants for her people. The problem I have right now is that beyond regulation is that we are going to need to build infrastructures. Those areas should completely hands off. Empower the people directly down here to run those systems. See, when we talk about this concurrency, in the area of progressive, the national government must define the areas she should be involved and limit herself to those areas. But what we find really is a national government comes to a place to bring one small project. But we find the roles in each of the sectors. So all the people we have now, where you now say you have a UTH, we have a university of by the states. The state will actually have 2-3 of such institutions and manage it directly. The reason for that, we never have to send your company with you one day. And those are the kind of challenges we should address. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. The next one should go to you, from the questions posed by Mr. Stephen. How do we ensure that the provision of social services is considered by the government to encourage citizens to pay their taxes?
That's why social infrastructure is what we see that I think there's improvements compared with 1999. I think I can see the roads that the government are doing. When you were like water is one thing that you do. And I remember during those days, in the 90s, there's water flowing in those communities. There's no water. The water is important. Health services, I think, is more about the personnel running those things. But a lot of hospitals are coming in general. Only the government, schools, and the government in 2007, a lot of schools are there. They're good operators. They don't have the knowledge anymore. I think it's something that is very, very important. The government has the capacity. If the government can prioritize the importance of our health and education,
the amount of money that we are looking at, they should follow the UNESCO and UNICEF to work within those 50% going to those people together. Well, an issue was raised by Chief. He said there's a problem of our harmonization, which is very important because NBC is doing the same community, same government. Sometimes you don't do the same thing. I think they are not aware of kind of what arrangements. Very good agreement with them and all that. I think the states and the other government need to work together. Information. See, a lot of people believe that fraud is key to the death of taxes. My colleague has cited revenue collection by the government. If there is fraud and the money so collected, appropriately used, people will pay their tax. Is that coming that? Policy execution and implementation, and policy evaluation is key. What I was saying is that government must come to the involvement and ensure engagement, collaboration with critical stakeholders. If critical stakeholders are based on what consulted appropriately as at when, people will have the mindset of paying their taxes. And if these taxes are used automatically, like government at various levels, you see that not to pay tax, leakages will stop. Thank you, sir. Most times you see that those that are in authority circumvent the laws. We already have those laws. It goes across even in crime. Where if somebody commits crime because he knows this, he has somebody in government, because he knows the commissioner, because he knows the DPO, and he tells you nothing will happen. That's how I speak to that public official that knows that failure to pay back has to do with implication. But because they knows the Board of Internal Revenue chairman and all of that, even if you call, nothing will happen. And that's why it continues. I think that we should do more on implementing the law. We have laws already in this country, but we are failed to apply the law. Thank you.
Let me add to the auditor. You have a law which protects you, right? The Whistleblower Act. In fact, you can make money from that information you have. Be a whistleblower. Report that. Even if you discover it because of your professional job. To help us in the country, you should go and report and say this person has failed to pay tax. Any money to recover, you have a percentage of it. And that's why that law was made to encourage us. So Nigerians should also sit up. Everything is not government. You see somebody committing a crime, you say, this man is a good man. You cannot do anything. Report him secretly and quietly and correct it. So it's your responsibility and doing it back to you. The other question is, I think we're taking off from my end, so we'll take a question from now brother who talked about the setback 1.08 trillion and 574 million from the south. And then he suggested that the tax law should consider 50-50 for equity and derivation. That is a suggestion, not a question. So your suggestion is noted. Perhaps in the course of the debate, these issues will come up. And I pray that when the code will be made open, you can come and make that suggestion what is noted. Why would the NPC not construct the enemy road? Well, the enemy road is part of the East West Road, and it's been in the budget for investment and funded through the budget. So it might not be a wise decision to pull it out now and expect the NPC to do it. That does not stop us from wishing that the NPC should come into support. But taking it out of the budget cannot be in the interest of the South. The 10% reservation for oil producing communities, why should states include it in their budget? I will allow Patrick to provide the solution.
Okay, his name is Pat, not Patrick. Why do you think budget for 13% reservation?
Well, it's part of the fundamental changes we are asking for. Equity demands, there's a principle of law that says, he who takes money takes benefit. He who takes benefit takes money. And all along from the beginning, that mistake was made. And some of us feel strongly that lawmakers assume have the legal responsibility to initiate a process. First, we need to honor Section 18 of the Interpretation and Laws of the Federation 2004, where the fundamentalist economic person went and altered the definition of crime when he says everything that includes the Roman principle of crime definition includes everything. That even gives the owner of the gold and the right of ownership. And when it comes to resource, there was a deliberate maneuver of excluding oil to gain the ownership of the federal government. Now the state government continues to build on that injustice. So, except we go back, I have been calling, there is need for the senators and honorable members to raise this fundamental question, to order the economic rights out first from the federal government. Then we can be better placed to correct the state government not to use that 13% for budget allocation, but directly to those who actually take the or bear the burden or negative impact. Like it's not in Aberdeen, the children are right now, so I can tell you next. So we need to take it from where the affiliation begins, which is the notions of federal laws that has incapacitated the state. So the state is making all that mistake. So with due respect, you have a legal responsibility to go back and organize your politics, to order Section 18. From that point, we can set free the state governments and allow the communities to take maximum benefit. Thank you.
We need to amend Section 18 of the Constitution. That's the conclusion. Okay, so back to the first question, the questions now. The first question is how will the government manage inflation and food security? So give that to Asoka, and as she take that, to take his core question. How can we access adequate support funds? That is your second. So you will give us by law.
Thank you very much. Your question is very critical and also needs good and viable answer. Like I said when I was talking that I am always coming from the farmer's perspective. The findings are there, but it's unfortunate that this findings that has always been there has really not been given to the farmers. And because of that, it was more of portfolio farmers. And just so that the anchor growers program is the chairman the anchor growers program was a total failure because it was not directly to these farmers. So, even the government and other funding organizations, even from international level, there are procedures and criteria you need to follow before you can secure funding. It should have been part of what I was saying, what I wanted to talk about. Now, you see what the federal government are doing now, they are not doing much of that empowerment alone. It comes from training, upscaling your ideas. There are so many things that have changed in agriculture. And if you cannot, as an ordinary man, if I cannot be convinced that you have a working system, how will I feel my money? So I think the reason why we are bottleneck in this is one, the portfolio farmers that has destroyed that growth. And now, the new system that has been worked, that's working now, is a system that if you're not a farmer, you won't even have that knowledge or principle of going through someone. And not just being a farmer, but being a knowledgeable farmer, that these funds that will be given to you will actually be used and improve what has been designated. So this is the reason. So my point is, yes, don't fund it, but you need to do the right thing.
Well, thank you. Let me also add, look, the truth is that all of you here, only an election, we campaign to you and you will try. How many of you have heard of the Lord's responsibility? Brother, I want to read the honorable you said that. How many of you have seriously ordered the Lord's responsibility? You don't do it. You have the power, but you complain and do nothing. Some of these things are things that the representatives want to manage and handle. And that's why you voted them. So while you are blaming government, you also blame us. Some of us are struggling. I'm not a farmer, but I have a final farm. It's in the middle of there. We are training young ones to teach them how to farm, and then give them one plot of land to start your own farm. After 1 year, you can go outside and rent to play for yourself. And some of them believe that this is even laptop and they sell them. So why should one think that some move inwards? Some people say we need attitudinal change, mindset change. What kind of mindset change do you need? You say Nigeria, you break traffic Nigeria, go to London, you will obey. You need mindset change, no, because you know the wrong thing. You're doing it everywhere. So please, all of us as Nigerians should have that responsibility. Wake up, not keep quiet, stop praising us, hold us accountable. We still have 2 more questions. I'm not done, don't worry. I'm in a hurry to run away from here, so, but we're not done. Now the other question you asked, you also asked how can we manage fuel subsidy removal with the increasing hunger in society? There is hunger and we can remove fuel subsidy. How do we manage it? So I'll pass on to the man.
It's difficult to discuss hunger and this where you now also create things that will increase what makes hunger. Because of this, but I'll start this way first. When I talk about the fact that one of the biggest contributions to inflation in the country today is actually food. There are 3 things we look at. Our attitude to production and how it affects us today. Growing up, my parents never got food. Today, I use very important income to buy food. Something is wrong. You can sit here and say government, when it comes to food. We want to ask ourselves some fundamentals. I agree government policies have aided the new attitude. I can tell you here, another person I got the first thing we do today is to build a house, a plot of land. The next thing is to put interlock on the ground. Where do you get it from? A river state here, we also have to call Ogunigari. We have a Yam. Why be praying that today? Where are they? You go to pray today, you find Hausa camp. We don't have another goat to eat. We have the goats. Something is wrong. Apart from government, so we need to also do some attitudinal change as a people. Fuel subsidy is one thing. Perhaps fuel subsidy is one direction to change costs in our head, and that's the reduce problem. I used to drive 5 cars before I don't do that, and I'm sure this fuel subsidy came on soon. I said the driver to run that, I think the coach. Instead of running the second car, but it cost me more of driving the cars. We must change that thing. The places with sites have control on consumption. We must learn to compete. Manage our consumption.
But before we take the last question from me, the man will also disagree with me. You know, kill us because we want us to change. You don't kill your son because your son wants to change. Yes, fuel subsidy, sincerely I support fuel subsidy, but what government failed to do, what the present government failed to do, is to put in place things that will cushion the effect. People removing it. The government was too much in the government to remove the subsidy. The subsidy is not in the interest of the ordinary Nigerian, the way it was implemented. People from outside their country come here to buy fuel at subsidized rates and go to their country to sell. So we are subsidizing all our neighboring countries. And even the amount that they subsidize is 3-4 times much more than what they give to us. But government ought to plan before taking a decision. And that's why we have that effect. But thank God today, the fuel price is gradually coming down. We pray to God with faith. We pray that that reduction in fuel price should be genuine and this should continue. Whatever they are doing, let them continue to do it. The last question from you is on the issue of budget and insecurity. How do you reconcile the 2025 budget and progress in this?
Okay, thank you very much. In terms of the budget performance and insecurity, to an extent, I would say the government has done slightly better than what they used to do. You agree with me that the insecurity has gradually increased nationally. The Boko Haram issue has been reduced. The kidnapping, the insurgency, everything has gradually reduced. But they have got to be done. Now, another thing we need to address is the government trying to use security to siphon funds. Every government has security food. Every president has security food. Every local government has security food. And you agree with me that these security foods are not accounted for. And because it is not accounted for, that becomes an avenue for them. You see a local government chairman, 1 billion is security food for the moon. So what allocation comes, he removes that 1 billion because it's security food and it is not accounted for. The state government gets allocation, he removes 10 billion for security. It becomes a security food because it is not accounted for. So that's another thing we need to address. If we must allow the budget and the security provision for the budget to function. Then another thing they need to do, somebody has said, is security, we call it soft security. You need to lead our people. You need to lead your power. Obviously, a lot of people are even crying because they don't have other means. Some of you go to the east, some of these are good men. You go to the north, that's what they are because they want to come to give you 50,000. Some people who are involved in kidnapping, if you hear what they give them, 50,000, they give them gun. Oh, when you come to me,
means of survival. So the government has been deliberate in trying to empower people. And when you talk of empowerment, I don't want to talk about what most of the local government champions are doing. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Very good. So we just take 2 more questions, only 2, please. I will beg you. It is only when I recommend that please, I'm chairman. I'm not recommending.
Mr. Chairman, we have a youth with some questions. Let's take from him and the youth at the back.
Okay, very good. I have this question that's actually belongs to my mind. In the accommodation region for the National Assembly, 8.523 was actually education, with additional 226.90 billion for infrastructure for UBE and all that. Mr. Chairman, I'm worried that the number of the out of school children has increased from 11 million to 13 million as Nigeria joined the rest of the world to buy international education in this sector. That's one. How do we in budget calculation, when and where will this money be going to? And 13 million children who are at school. That's one thing. Second is, in the same budget, we are saying that 8.826 is for infrastructure development. Mr. Chairman, as I said here, I am a little bit fighting because the only organization that provides infrastructure for university education is TETCOM. And for the report Ghana, TETCOM will start any money from now. What is the rate of education in Nigeria? Thank you.
The last question, please.
My name is Aswichi Farm. I was there 5 years ago, just on that issue, as a youngster, for a luncheon organized by the member representing farmers, Mr. Sherry, and the empowered those as farmers. I got 1K of catfish and the farmer. That actually improved and gave me a headache. I was 5 years ago. So I have 3 questions on the 2025 budget. Definitely embodies the sector of agriculture. The one is headed to mechanized farming. But even the local farmer is blocked from accessing microloans to help raise hair, above water, and improve food security. In 2015, I was still much younger than this. I actually applied for the RIMA, Small and Light Businesses Loan, under the I also goes. And I don't hear anything about it. If you can imagine, 10 years ago up until now, how far I must have gone as a farmer. So these are my first questions. Then the second question is for what are the modalities set out by the security agencies for local farmers? For me, my farm is in a rural village. Every day I drive past heaps of bushes. That is scary. I see videos in the north. I see security agencies backing up farmers. That means they actually know what food security means. That's my second question. Then on the Nigerian budget, even though it encapsulates power generation, we as farmers, we have power challenge because we have a lot to fill the water. What candidates electricity tariff increases, what are the modalities set out to common farm? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's just have an exception. Man who carry microphone to you. Chairman's expression.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Mr. Chairman, I would like to get to 5 out of the questions I want to ask my friends and I want to ask them. And when you stop me from asking another question, the other one ask my first question. I have answered my 5th question without me asking.
Sorry, sir. That's the last question. Let's go back to the answers for the issue of agriculture. We were here in Christians to invest in solar and power and water, provision to the rural farmers, and the other one is security for rural farmers. So just give us your suggestions, what you think should be done.
Firstly, talk about the referendum. Yes. Why that loan was not given to you each year? Don't check very closely. I don't know if a registered farmer, you're not a registered farmer, you don't have that loan. And as the technical committee, the head of the technical committee of Japan, I am privileged to give information that last week it was 1 million to farmers. So nobody listening to you right now, if you are not a member of a organized registered farming body, so that is that on the loan. Then for the fuel and how to direct farmer, yes, I am also getting my own share of the simulation, and that is why we encourage farmers like you to try to involved. That is why people like you should be involved in activities of farmers. After now, I will then see you and introduce you to Innovative Farmers Forum, where you get updates on how resilient farmers like you will be trying to see how we can upscale our skill. There's nothing we can do, but that's happening, and that is what has happened. We have people from the national level that are also complaining, but believe me, it is not as easy as and this is the direct cost of production. So I'll just introduce you to this room. We need to follow farmers and rivers to see how we're also trying to see how we can secure ourselves. So that is for that. Lastly, security for farming. Yes, as a businessman, agriculture is no more a way of life. Like Trump said earlier, we shouldn't just talk about the government, we should also talk about ourselves. Agriculture is not a way of life, it is business. And as a businessman, I want to venture into farming. There are principles we should do that, there are values we should consider before venturing into agriculture. If you talk about security, everybody has, I'll tell you about my country, but as a businessman, you should understand that there are factors you need to focus on while opening your farm. And these factors are one, security, that is important. Accessibility, logistics, and visual access. So you need to factor this, and let's not stop blaming our government on growth they are making. You need to factor this before you can even think of eventually. Thank you very much.
A little advice in terms of security. Now, of course, your farm is your property and you must protect it. Now, depending on the location of the farm, that some of course security is very expensive, but there are some easy ways you can go out. You can get Because sometimes maybe the place is fenced, you can get it out of. Sometimes you can feed it off from some out of it there, and with the thought in that premises, you will be sure that no intruder will enter there to steal your products. Thank you.
So I don't know what to associate my, we are talking about job creation, because we all agree agriculture is a major component for job creation. We are not talking about water, power supply. As in my opinion, I want to suggest, I think whenever we need to take it up there, let's make the national policy. This PP comes handy when it has to do with farmers. They need to, engage them at their level, introduce technical and financial partners. Let it be a national policy. In other sectors, what we have to do with physical money, we should focus more on regulation. You go about, ensuring that policies that will bring about production is followed religiously. That is what is done. But we don't have such policy. So if we have power challenge water, the federal government should be concerned in collaboration with the state that XYZ farmers have this challenge. Who are the power agencies? Who are the other agencies? Ensure that there is no corruption. Let's make it a national policy. I'm sure if we do that, we're going to encourage the whole of them that are in their business level to come into much more of a commercial level of farming and to be good for all of us. We'll be happy.
Is information. Information is power. Most of these things government provide for them, but they are not working the way they want to work. I'm sure you have heard of the River Basin Development Authorities. What are they for? The River Basin Development Authorities are under Ministry of Agriculture. They are supposed to provide water, road, and all those things to rural farmers. But they are not done. So, not as the government provides these things, but functionality is the issue. We have one in Agriculture, the Niger Delta River Basin Development Authority. That is their job, that is their function. In the north, they do irrigation and all that, to provide water for farmers. So, they are there. Some of these issues too, we should go to the offices and ask them what program they have for us. Or even invite them. Some other time when you run your program, we invite government officers to come here and talk to us on these things. So I thank you for raising all these issues. Finally, the question from Dr. Bibode on education infrastructure. There is no doubt that there is a delay in infrastructure education sector. But I want to assure you that yes, from the budget, that argument is on. Whether TECFON has been scrapped because TECFON gets percentage from the taxes, and then that is used for the development of infrastructure and institutions. Whether it has been scrapped. Some of us are saying you cannot scrap it, even if provisions are made in the budget of infrastructure. That does not completely remove TECFON, although it is listed as one of the institutions that go down, but we know the importance of TECFON. But let me not get you angry, but I will still say my own opinion. Education in Nigeria will be difficult to improve. That is all it is. Today, every member is bringing bill for establishment of institution in their constituency. Every member. I saw that as not being reasonable as far as I'm concerned. But when everybody is doing it and you do not do it, they will say you have their words. They didn't bring any educational institution back to the laws, even if all of them will not be signed. So I also said, okay, draft a bill and send it. Direct institution, higher education, psychiatric hospital. Every type, how can government survive? We cannot maintain what we have, and we are adding more money. Finally, education, because of education in Nigeria is so good. And we expect to get the same standard of education. It's not possible. Unless government wants it. How much do you pay school fees in Nigeria? I'm not talking about private schools. How much do you pay? You pay 1 million, 2 million. How much is that in dollars? And you expect your child to get the same quality of education with somebody who is schooling, even in Ghana here. Talk less of those who school in UK. How much do they pay in our schools? The difference is so much. So much. So a lot of things, a lot. We must tell ourselves some truths. It's difficult, but we must tell ourselves some truths if we must make progress. So the education sector is very good. I agree with you completely that there is a infrastructural decay, there is need for improvement. And I would not say by the grace of God, because government and governance is not just God, it's all of us. We need to do things different. So on that note, let me go back to the master of ceremony to quickly recognize some of our brothers and sisters that are here with us.
Thank you, Chair. Good evening, everyone. According to the standard and existing protocol, I am Theo Michael, and on behalf of the Morrison Group, I would love to thank these organizations, including Nigerian Union of Journalists, South Zone, the National Institute of Marketing, River State, Amalgamated Union of Art-Based Transporters of Nigeria, Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers, the Tricycle Association of Nigeria, River State Publishers Association, Excellence Magazine, and AKB as well. Thank you, and thank you for doing this. No. System network essential partners who intentionally enlighten us with the 2025 appropriation bill, taking audits of restoration by the federal government. So that next one, Chairman, Vice President Oki, Chief Square, this is our Minority Leader House of Representatives, National Assembly, and so if you are in the party in which the one of Morrison Group, Vice Honorable Dr. Chief Niwe Esquire, legal practitioner and former member of the House of Representatives, very well constituency, for ambition in Star Mountain. And finally, to our dearly esteemed guests, thank you for sitting down with this and all the invitations. Long live Nigeria, long live Nigeria, and everyone.
We call on Dr. Obele to give everyone the communication. Quickly present the communication, let us be sure of what they are doing home is that it's actually what they are doing.
Community presented at the end of the committee issue at the end of one day organized by the Atlantic Television Network, ATA, concerning the 5th January 2025 This was owned by the Victoria the sound is provided by the National Television participation as part of the unified thanks to all the participation of civil rights. In building prosperity, the proposal of continental assembly What seeks to address the challenges by focusing on security, infrastructure, human capital, and economic breakdown of project international establishment of continental assembly, projected revenue at 4.8 projected at 14.88 billion and debt services at 15.81 billion. The keynote presentation was delivered by Honorable Dr. Honorable Johnson Chairman, the Chairman for Research Communication, Honorable Director of Atlantic Television Network. Section was decided by the Vice President and Vocation and Listener Rights, Minority Leader House of Representatives. Participants were drawn from members of education, academia, non-governmental organizations, private and public sector operating and the media. The kingdom was taken by a group of pioneers who had led some sexual choices, death and economic growth, security, agriculture, human capital development, and job creation. Observation. As part of the time of the discourse that made many observations. One, inflation has affected food production, which has affected citizens adversely. Two, budget preparation and presentation does not involve participation other than the government. Three, participants also observe that there is inequality between states based on state contribution. Four, participants also observe that the nation experienced economic growth, but there is no such confirmed economic development that people that to the masses. Five, participants also feel that all pairs of government should realize the responsibility as constitutionally created. Six, participants also express some difficulties in assessing agricultural recommendation. The following recommendation that we have, cities should encourage and engage in budget presentation and not only them the chance of progress. Two, government should not all access to foreign currency to avoid abuse and money into private funds. Three, government should develop a very robust spending collection system to not all works of indicators. Four, participants also believe that borrowing is okay and not an issue of economic development on the power of banking and such funds to be the interest of the citizens. Number five, participants also recommended the government should also develop a very much needed financial district management. Four, subsidies, tax reforms, and laws should be practical to ensure that government officials pay taxes. Seven, participants recommended that serious business and government should be intentional about security and take better security lives and purpose. Eight, participants also recommended that government should also consider serving functional security personnel. Conclusion. Participants recommended the commission for the citizens town issues and call for one step education program for national issues so that every citizen to make their input to family. Thank you.
Thank you. We must conduct it well what you read as part of the communique. So those in support of what you read as being a resolution here, say aye. Aye. Anybody against say no? On that note, I want to thank all of you and pray that God will give them the wisdom to start this, will give them the enablement to continue it and to grow to a higher level. Thank you very much. They will see you again next month.